The current attack on Burkinabé army is very, very unfortunate. These people, they are not ready to give up so soon.
Today, the truth behind this attack will be revealed.
Subscribe to Marcus Inspiration.
The army base in the northern town of Djibo came under attack on Sunday. Visuals from the military camp showed columns of black smoke rising as jihadists watched from nearby. It is the Al-Qaeda-backed group that has issued a statement claiming to have killed 200 soldiers of Burkina Faso.
Guys, I saw this news and it really pained my heart. The current attack on Burkinabé army is very, very unfortunate. These people, they are not ready to give up so soon. They are really after Burkina Faso. I keep asking, why are they attacking them? Why are they killing them? Why are they killing the Burkinabé army? What is going on? Like, I know that it's not going to be an easy journey for President Ibrahim Traore, but we are praying for him, and we know that with his determination to liberate his people, the prayer and also the support from the whole African countries, that he will surely survive. Like, I don't get it. Are we really independent? Like, when you talk of African independence, sometimes I get confused. I begin to ask myself if actually that we are independent. But unfortunately, these people cannot also succeed without using Africans too. They always use us to achieve their aim, especially our leaders. They use our leaders, they use people around us by proposing to them so and whatever, and they will be using our own African people against us. How do they get this ammunition? How do they get all these things? Like, sometimes I think about this and I get very, very confused. But the fact is that I know that President Ibrahim Traore is working day and night. I trust Russia for their support and other parts of Africa, and we that are strongly in support of Ibrahim Traore and the liberation of the people of Burkina Faso. So anyway, I came across one video that I've given a little illustration on what is actually going on, and I find this video very, very interesting. So let's see what this guy is talking about.
In Burkina Faso, over 200 Burkina Faso soldiers have been ambushed and liquidated by Al-Qaeda affiliates in the Sahel. Now look at the timing of this. The president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, visited Russia, and upon coming back, he's seen this happening. They are trying to weaken the resolve of the Burkinabe army. They are trying to weaken the resolve of the Burkina Faso people by doing this. Well, we know the people on the ground. The Western Europeans, particularly France and America, are there on the ground providing intelligence to some of these cells on when to move, the location of soldiers, and so on and so forth. This is why it is extremely difficult for these African soldiers to be able to mount any sustained attack on these terrorists. We are also seeing that as well in Nigeria. These Islamic State groups, as they call them, or whether it's Mujao or Al-Moabitun, most of these groups are getting intelligence from somewhere. They have eyes in the sky, they can see the movement of troops, and who the hell is providing them with this intelligence in Africa? It is definitely not the countries in Africa. It is those on the ground that have the access to this information, those on the ground that have access to aerial intelligence, that are providing these terrorists with intelligence to ambush and attack and kill Burkinabe soldiers. Let's not forget that this also happened in Mali last year, or the beginning of this year, when it was alleged that Ukraine provided intelligence to the same groups that went in and slaughtered over 60 Malian troops. As we speak today, Ibrahim Traore is one of the most important leaders in Africa and one of the most important and symbolic leaders in the global south. Why? Because he's not afraid. He took a stance against the West and said, I've had enough. You guys get out of my country, and this is why they want him gone. And in order to do so, they are targeting the soldiers, killing them, liquidating them in order to dampen the morale of other troops on the field by proliferating these arms in the region, particularly the Sahel of Africa. And we in Africa must dig in. We must keep our resolve. We must insist that we are done with imperialism. We are done with the presence of these multinationals acting on behalf of their states, whether it's states in Europe or even the United States. We have had enough. And we in Africa also deserve some dignity and freedom. These guys should not come and dictate to us what to do, who we can be friends with, and how we can act in Africa. Enough is enough.
This is making sense. This is really making sense. Are you feeling what I'm feeling? Anyway, let us also watch this.
A report came out that Burkina Faso has been attacked by Al-Qaeda. Well, today, the truth behind this attack will be revealed, but I'm not going to use my opinion. No. Let me stand like I know nothing about what exactly is happening. I'm going to place at least on 3 or 4 clips to help us understand what exactly happened, who were behind the attack and the collaboration and whatever it is that happened in Burkina Faso. Let's find out. Now, according to Al Jazeera, Al-Qaeda affiliate, I'm just reading a portion to pick just a keyword. This keyword used in this article is the key to open the door to all the truths regarding this recent brutal attack in Burkina Faso. Now let's read. According to Al Jazeera, Al-Qaeda affiliate claims 200 soldiers killed in Burkina Faso attack. This is the headline. So this is what the keyword is. An Al-Qaeda affiliate has claimed it killed 200 soldiers in an attack on Burkina Faso army base this week, according to an NGO that tracks armed groups' online activities. Please, this is the key to open the doors to all the truth. An NGO that tracks armed groups' online activity. Okay, so the base in the northern town of Djibo came under attack on Sunday morning. To who are these NGO? Where are they operating from? The NGO, according to the report, it means that they are so connected to, this Al-Qaeda group and all these particular individuals who are terrorizing Burkina Faso. So they know the activities of these individuals. Anytime these individuals launch any attack anywhere, this NGO is like they are always aware and they track the record and come out with results. It's like they are the communicators of these individuals who are attacking Burkina Faso. Now, details of the NGO. The United States-based Site Intelligence Group. This is the NGO that we are talking about. That the NGO mentioned in the article from the beginning. This is the United States-based Site Intelligence Group, which track online activities of armed groups, said, blah, 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 made a claim. This group made a claim in a statement that they unalived 200 soldiers. Now, in regards to how many people died in the attack, according to Al Jazeera was not able to independently verify, but a Burkina Faso military source told Al Jazeera that the armed group was exaggerating the number of casualties. This has been the truth. Let me put this on record before we move forward. If 2 people die, they'll tell you 200 people die. If 200 people die, it means 2,000 people die. These people, they exaggerate numbers a lot. The authority of Burkina Faso have not issued any statement. I've checked across, no statement on this issue. So everything they are saying is about them. Unless we hear from the authority of Burkina Faso how many people they lost, then we can confirm. So this is a claim by the terrorist group and it cannot be confirmed. So this group is contracted by who I don't know to now launch a direct attack on Burkina Faso. But let's leave that one aside. It will come in the end. Let's process with the videos. First of all, this Al-Qaeda group, who is behind them? Who are they? Who is sponsoring them? Where do they get their power from? I don't know. But there is a video circulating online. Let's watch that video.
So post 2021, so this is last year, 2024, we spent 697 million of the taxpayers' dollars in Afghanistan, including $534,719,000 in change from USAID in Afghanistan. Your money, $697 million annually, plus the shipments of cash funds madrasas, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, ISIS Khorasan, terrorist training camps. That's what it's funding.
This is a message from a congressman in the United States saying that the USAID, part of it has been funding these people. I don't know if it is a mistake or it is true. I can't confirm. So this is just a video circulating online and it is not AI generated video. It is a true video from the United States. I have no hand in this. So let's go to the communicators of this group, the NGOs. According to Al Jazeera, they have been tracking the activities of these groups. And they are also in Nigeria. How are they handling the terrorist situation happening between Nigeria army, the civilians, and the terrorists. How are these NGO operating? There is another video, circulating on the internet by the chief of staff, is it the head of the Nigeria army, right? He said something. Let's listen to that quickly.
To NGO issues, there are so many things I had. Initially, when the NGOs came in, when we started, they didn't want any oversight function. They didn't want us to know where they were going to. We had issues with that because now they will go into the enclave of the terrorists and go and treat them. You are treating the same people that is attacking the communities. You tell them no, that you are neutral. How neutral can you be? We've had situations where allegations of arms, them conveying arms to us just to make sure that the war continues. We've had situations where they will tell you they are taking food to communities. Halfway, they will tell you the trailer has broken down. By next morning, the trailer is empty. And that vehicle that is broken down, the driver will just go and drive it and take it back. So what had happened? You have funded those guys. You are taking care of them equally. We've had several situations like that. So we said, no, it can't continue like that. And that's why we insisted with the state government that, look, the state government must know what's going on. So if any NGO comes, it must be registered. We must monitor what's going on. We've had situations where NGOs will come in with unidentified individuals entering communities. You don't even know what they're doing. They don't have NGO ID cards. They are not part of the government. Who is taking them to? What are they going there for? And so by the time we started monitoring what they were doing, we noticed things started getting better. So which means something is going on somewhere. Because they come from all over the world and you don't know who is who. So that's why for every country, please regulate what the NGOs are doing, monitor what they're doing. Most times you hear them telling you that they spent $10 million and then you wonder where. Most times the money is spent on themselves, on their luxuries. The hotels they stay, the vehicles they are using and all those things. The locals don't benefit much from them.
And you wonder why in Nigeria there's so much terrorist activity happening recently in Nigeria. It's becoming so loud in Nigeria. The border between Nigeria and Niger, I'm telling you, there's a problem there. Why? They want to have direct access to Niger. Because from Niger, when you are able to have access to Niger over there, where you are seeing on the map, that border between Niger and Nigeria, then Burkina Faso is just there. So it is a strategic activity happening in Nigeria. This NGO working hand in hand with human rights. They are in collaboration, direct collaboration, I'm telling you, with Human Rights Watch. This thing, Captain Ibrahim Traore actually spoke about it. This NGO, he has problem with them because their activities are not clear. These people are dealing with this group at the same time dealing with the military, at the same time dealing with the people who have been attacked. So they are kind of like, we are neutral, and they're advocating for both the civilians who are attacked by the terrorists and then the terrorists who are attacking the civilians. You can't advocate for human rights like that. And when you're talking about this NGO, you can't count or mention the NGO and leave Human Rights Watch. At the same time, after mentioning the Human Rights Watch, you need to mention the USAID. These three are in line directly working with us in terms of situations regarding our security issues and helping people and all that. It's just the same system with different names and different slide rule. Now, these NGOs, you see how they are putting it out there that this Al-Qaeda group has unalived 200 people in Burkina Faso. All right, let the Burkinabé army go and fight back. These people are not going to report again. The Human Rights Watch will come and report that one and tell us that Burkina Faso army have gone to unalive civilians because this group, they don't wear military uniform. They disguise themselves as Fulani. That is a fact. And you think that we are the only people that don't trust the BBC or the Human Rights Watch. Please, if you think so, that we Africans are the only people that we don't trust them, watch this video.
So it looks like the BBC is continuing the time-honored European tradition of smearing independent African leaders to justify regime change. Here they're citing a report from Human Rights Watch accusing Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso of unaliving over 100 civilians. But I've learned that when it comes to Human Rights Watch, you have to read beyond the headlines, because they are very tricky in the way that they lie about global events. And if you read the fine print here, you'll see see that Traore's forces were actually fighting against Islamist extremists aligned with Al-Qaeda. And after this attack was launched, the Islamist extremists responded by unaliving a bunch of civilians. And look at how Human Rights Watch frames this. They say that the Islamists were assisting the government. No, they were fighting the government. They were actively unaliving each other. And then when the government forced out the Islamists, they retaliated by unaliving a bunch of civilians. And then when BBC put that into a headline, they removed all of the context and made it sound like only the government was unaliving civilians. It's some of the most disgusting and reprehensible journalistic trickery I've ever seen, but this is par for the course for Human Rights Watch. When I read beyond their headlines, I am always amazed at how misleading the headlines actually are.
Are you seeing that? So you can see that we are not the only people that don't trust the BBC and the Human Rights Watch. So the thing is going this way. If the Al-Qaeda group or whoever group come to attack any village or any town in Burkina Faso, Human Rights Watch will not publish it too. You are going to see the NGO reporting it, telling us what happened. According to the affiliate group, this particular group, they call them as Islamic State affiliate group. And you ask yourself, which of the Islamic State out of equation? They just want to tarnish the image of all the Muslims. So no problem. If the military of Burkina Faso go in, fight back, these people are not going to publish that. You will see the Human Rights Watch coming out to publish that the military have gone to analyze. So collaboration is going on, lovely people. Their tricks are being known now. These are not my opinion. Everybody is having problem with the human right. Now, according to our own mother, what's the name? Dr. Rikana was exposing what the Human Rights Watch actually do in Africa countries.
We need to understand the real reason why USAID is in Africa. And not just USAID, but other NGOs. You look at DFID, which is the British equivalent, and many other smaller ones. Their sole purpose was to act as if they're coming to rescue Africa. They're coming to fill in the gaps in government services, gaps in education, gaps in healthcare, gaps in humanitarian services. They're coming in the guise of addressing issues to do with human rights, issues to do with environmental protection and social justice. They are coming in claiming that they're introducing grassroots initiatives that are going to help the people. And so they use that as a way to go into the most remote parts of Africa. They're talking about government advocacy. When you look at it on paper, it all looks really good. But they're actually wolf in sheep's clothing. They are using that open access sounding humanitarian to constantly destabilize governments. They are always supporting opposition. Their form of government advocacy is supporting whoever can keep the government in a turmoil. Their major agenda is to destabilize governments.
So, lovely people, the attack that happened in Burkina Faso, you must know those behind this attack. These individuals here, the Al-Qaeda group who claim that they have unalived the soldiers and civilians, this group, they are not going to leave. They will continue and they will have the support of the media, the Human Rights Watch, these NGOs. So this is according to all the video we play. It tells you directly the people behind these activities in Burkina Faso. That's just what I want you to know. Ghana, Nigeria should be very careful because of what is happening in Burkina Faso. We need to strengthen our borders very well. We need to help Burkina Faso. It is our duty right now to work with Burkina Faso to chase these people out of our region. Because when they move from Burkina Faso, it's either they come to Ghana, that is why we are having this problem in our northern borders. They come to Ghana or go through Niger and then land in Nigeria or go back to what? Ivory Coast.
Guys, at this point, we need serious prayer for the people of Burkina Faso, for President Ibrahim Traore, and also for Africa as a whole. We know that it's not going to be an easy journey. At the end of the day, there will be victory, there will be success, freedom for the people of Burkina Faso. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If it's your first time coming to this channel, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Subscribe now. Subscribe. Press the subscribe button, okay? And notification bell so that anytime we post video, you'll be the first to know. Thank you so much for coming. See you on the next video. God bless you. Bye.